It is Friday, February 17th. Jeanette and I and Gaeran are at the Wild Animal Park.
Woohoo!
Somewhere. There she is. Gaeran's out like a light.
Yep.
There he is.
Need a munchkin.
Want some more, Adam, to carry with me? Here we are on the set of Mysterious Island.
Thinking about it.
Alright, here we are on the tram after a mild wait. There he is.
Look at the little baby. Oh, howdy, kid. Hello. Get out our juice and some crackers.
The tram is loaded with dangerous animals.
You know what? Wild animals are inside the tram. Present party not excluded.
We're going to start off with the largest animals in the front.
Oh, look at the elephant. Look at that big booty! Look at it!
We once had a driver who had done innumerable tours, as we all have, and he was driving along there and just kind of went on automatic pilot, and he started his Cheeto routine, even though he was looking at the elephants, and he told everybody that the elephants can run 70 miles an hour. And the worst part is that he realized nobody was listening because no one noticed. But wouldn't that be cool to watch elephants running 70 miles an hour? That would be really cool. These elephants on the right side are Asian elephants. Those on the left are African. People always ask me what's the difference between Asian and African elephants. About 3,000 miles. Hey, it makes all the difference in the world. It means that they develop different characteristics because they live in different areas. The African elephants on the left side have larger ears and the shape of in Africa.
This one smells.
And the Asian elephants on the right side, they used to be called Indian elephants, but you know, animals don't have the borders that humans have, so they're not just from India. So they changed the name from Indian elephant to Asian elephant, but the Indian elephants actually have ears in the shape of India too. You may notice that all the elephants are wearing debris on their backs. They do that themselves because pachyderms do not have a fur coat.
Yeah.
So their skin is very bare to the environment. They dust their bodies with whatever debris is handy. Dirt, grass, hay. It protects their skin from sunburn and insect bites.
What if it started to go fast?
They typically all cluster around him and block the view. Maybe he's way in the back corner somewhere.
Oh, he's so in dress.
Usually next to
They have
a second lion habitat at the Wild Animal Park. The
Lion camp would be better.
And the lions down at lion camps have been socialized by people, so they're quite active during the daytime. But you can get so close to the lions down at lion camp, you can actually be nose to nose with them down there.
Well, it's more like butt to nose because they put their butt to the glass. They do, it's funny.
But we're going to concentrate on the animals seen only from the railway.
I like that cactus palm area there. It's neat.
Yeah, that's all part of the whole botanical walk. One of these days we don't have Gaeran and hike on it.
Just like we have that, there's some left next on our right side. From South Africa, these rhinos are called southern white rhinos. All rhinos are protected by law internationally, have been for decades, but are hunted illegally. So it's a good thing that the southern white rhinos are breeding very well. By nature, rhinos are not super aggressive. People tend to remember the most extreme example of things, but the majority of rhinos are actually considered even-tempered, somewhat middle of the road. But they can be irritable when there's so much construction. You did. He's kind of a funny name. You did. And they have zebras as roommates. Of course, zebras are lovely too.
You want your shoes off?
They are black animals with both black and white striped fur. Their fur is striped, but their skin is not. Their skin is all black. So if you were to take a razor and shave all the fur off of a zebra, it would be entirely black. It would just look like a black horse. Unlike tigers and giraffes, who are striped or spotted in their fur the same way that they are on their skin. So if you were to take a razor and shave all the striped fur off of a tiger, it would look essentially the same, still striped. So just is going to turn one actually into Indian rhinos look like they're wearing armor. It's not really armor though, it's just wrinkles in the skin. Very much like a wrinkled dog, the Shar-Pei. Although they don't have the fur coat that the Shar-Pei dog has. Rhinos are attacking fur, so they can actually get lower in skin cancer the same that we can. And you know, they don't have a trunk like an elephant, so they cannot pick up debris and dust their bodies with it. Instead, rhinos roll in mud. Mud's pretty thick, makes good sunscreen, keeps the bugs from biting. On the left side of the train, we have some animals in the equine family, the zebras and horses. These are Kiang. K-I-A-N-G. Eastern Kiang from the high altitudes of Tibet. They're from 15 to 17,000 feet elevation, where there's little vegetation and even less oxygen. So Kiang are very hardy animals. On the right side of the train, we have some giant cattle from India. She's going to kind of give us the evil eyes even brighter. But these cattle have white eyes that gives them kind of a spunky stare. Notice that both cows and bulls have horns. These Indian cattle are called Indian Gaeran. You sort of figure that cattle from India would do quite well, but they're endangered anyway because of habitat loss with the human population.
They say that nobody eats them there, so how could there be?
Indian deer sitting down in the mud at the bottom of the hill. Those are the Indian Badasinga, often called the swamp deer. They like the wet, swampy, muddy stuff. We have some animals from drier areas on the left side of the train. This is our desert environment. On our left side, these are the Somalia wild ass. Oh yeah, it's perfectly appropriate to call them an ass. That's what they are.
Hey, isn't that Nick up there?
I know.
The today's donkeys are where they're from.
Actually, we can't say that. He's not here
Before people change them. They're sort of blue, with delicate stripes on the legs.
Just in case you were wondering, Nick, yes, I said
Wild
that.
ass is kind of endangered. So we're very pleased for the 5 kids in the family. They had 3 girls in 2005, and already in 2006, a boy and a girl.
You know, you love to be barefoot because all the deer have the new babies.
Oh, I bet that's cute.
We have a very expectant mother-to-be. Most animals prefer to isolate to give birth, and rhinos are rather persnickety about that. They start isolating before labor begins, sometimes only 30 minutes before, but even up to 30 days before, so it varies quite a bit, but at least it lets us know the birth is on the way. Should be any moment for this gal. She's looking a bit agitated there, could be even this afternoon. She started isolating 3 weeks ago. Mother rhinos carry their babies for 16 to 17 months, gaining up to 800 pounds of the pregnancy.
Oh, it's going fast again.
It's a 5-generational pile of rocks. The only family of its kind in the world. The little girl lives here with her mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, and great-great-grandmother. She is currently the only 5-generation baby rhino born in the world, but there's 2 more 5 generations on the way, so she'll have playmates soon enough. Somewhere in that pile should be a little girl just 2.5 months old. She's probably safely tucked into the center. But I think I see a little deer on the left side. This is actually one of the keys to breeding success with rhinos. Who knew that they were so cuddly? But they form such very strong bonds with their friends and family. They like to hang out together with their loved ones. Because they're not even fluffy and woolly. But these sheep, which are from Armenia, are the first original sheep that all of today's domesticated varieties of sheep were bred down from. What all sheep used to look like, and it is in fact what sheep are supposed to look like. Thick wool was artificially bred into sheep by people. Wild sheep have short hair. Just past the sheep, the Indian Yonkai antelope, and it has some more Indian animals coming up too, some more antelope. The rhinos in the foreground are 3rd and 4th generation born here, mother and daughter. Little girl just had her first birthday 3 weeks ago, so she's about 1,500 pounds now. You can see the wrinkles underneath the neck unfold. In fact, up ahead of the train there's a rhino sleeping in a dirt pile. Thank goodness. He's lived with us a couple of years now. He's an infertility patient from a zoo in Texas. Here at the Wild Animal Park, he's become a father of 11.
Oh my gosh, they're looking at us. It's like you're on
See how wrinkled he is? In the foreground in the shade, he's almost like solid. The spotted cheetle is actually the Hindi word for spotted. They're a true spotted deer. They keep their spots their whole lifetime. They don't lose them when they grow up like this baby do. These solid deer in the foreground are from Malaysia. I don't know if you can tell they're caked in the mud. There's actually one down in the mud down there now. They're referred to as the mud deer. They spend a lot of their time wallowing in mud.
Oh, squirrel. That's awesome high. Yeah. Because this is making lots of noise. Water bottle. Hey, look at that water. What if something was rolling in there?
For now, we are leaving Asia behind. We're going to see some more animals from Africa.
Another one. Hey! Hi!
These antelope in the foreground have the easiest name of anything you're going to see. These are cob. K-O-B. Just cob. Looking across at the keeper in the dump truck back there, but it's kind of their job. These cob on the hilltop are actually on guard duty at the moment. The antelopes like to place somebody on the top of a hill, which is a much better vantage point for looking out for danger. Even without the construction, remember the cat canyons on the other side of this exhibit. So the scent of the predator strips over here continuously. Keeps the animals very alert, helps to maintain these kinds of natural instincts. And since this habitat at 95 acres is such a very, very large one, we've housed the lion camp at the far end. You know, pent up. All of the animals take turns on guard. Everybody takes a shift. Usually their shift lasts just a couple of hours. Although giraffes seem to prefer a daily rotation. The construction in this habitat is to build a new medical ward for the veterinarians, similar to the rhino maternity wards but fancier. Right now in its 95-acre habitat, but that's to most of their work on the animals, just out in the open field, and they have to have the keepers watch their backs. So we're building them a couple of species are born light tan, regardless of what their adult coloration
rainbirds on the hill.
So when they sit down and curl up, they look like a little pile of sand. Good camouflage for the babies. We are delighted to have 3 baby ones, because these animals are so rare. In fact, there's only 71 of them in the world. All in captivity. They've already been wiped out from the wild, and we have half of the world's population here. Scimitar horned oryx are from the vast deserts of North Africa. So they're especially adapted for living in very dry conditions. They don't even have to have water. They're able to extract moisture from the vegetation they eat. When their bodies recycle one amount of moisture, so they use it indefinitely. They're called scimitar horned oryx, of course, because of the long, slightly curved horns like the scimitar sword.
Of course.
In the wild, scimitar horned oryx have a lifespan of about 12 years or so, and they come from a place where it rains about once every 15 to 20 years. So there are whole generations of them that go without ever seeing rainfall. So when we first installed a sprinkler system in the habitat, we were really kind of afraid of it. Which I guess not only makes sense that they'd be afraid of the water, but the fact that the rain was coming from the ground really seemed to freak them out. Now they're not terrified of the sprinkler system, but they don't much go near it either. Most of the animals love the sprinkler. It's got a yellow fuzzy crown on the top of their head. And then at the base of the tree, I was going to say that's an African Goliath heron that looks just like a great blue heron, but that actually is a great blue heron. Which is not our bird. Now to the right of that tree, just in the shadow of the tree, there's a blue crane. The mate's behind it. Those are actually just called blue cranes. Yeah, that's a pretty easy name. The cranes pair for life and continue to court each other every year. That's a nice look at the wildebeest in the background, and actually rhinos are back there too. If you see the cross palm trees, the rhinos are to the right of the cross palm trees at the shortest palm tree. That shortest palm tree is the giraffe's favorite palm tree. Can you see the yellow date plumes in that palm tree? They love the sweet dates. But right now it looks like most of the giraffe are clustered into the back corner of the exhibit because there's a giraffe feeding station back there. Down in the heart of Africa, for $2, you can go over there and hand feed a giraffe. If you'd like to do that, I would recommend you head to Heart of Africa sooner rather than later. The giraffe tend to get full between 2 and 3 o'clock, and we have to close the giraffe feeding station. So don't wait too long if you want to hand feed a giraffe. The construction at this end of the exhibit is the construction on the new tour that's going to be coming to the Wild Animal Park in a few years. I don't know if it's really accurate to call it construction just yet, but I think it's more in the destruction phase.
I hear they're very dangerous.
On the left side of the train there are some longhorns just behind the Barbary red deer. These longhorns are Ancole cattle. Ancole cattle are a 6,000-year-old ancient breed from Egypt. The one with the longest horns is a cow, and she is a mother. We're accustomed to cows not having horns because people bred horns out of cows in order to serve the dairy industry. But in the wild cattle species, both cows and bulls retain the horns. You have a target for a birthmark. We usually make it each year into our zoo bone calendar. Oh, the ostrich is going to go over the caravan truck. If you ever take a photo caravan tour, you can hand feed the giraffe and rhino for a caravan tour, but don't ever hand feed the ostrich. They bite.
Okay.
In fact, if you have an ostrich come up to your truck, it's best to take off your jewelry because they love shiny objects. They'll pluck anything right off of you if you're wearing something shiny. Gotta watch out for those ostriches. They're just really, really curious birds. They don't mean any harm. They're just very curious. Plus, ostriches can eat anything. They actually eat rocks. So, they're really not afraid to eat anything. No, they eat rocks. They don't actually digest the rocks, but they do consume them. Because ostriches are birds, so they have a gizzard like any other bird, and they don't have the same kind of stomach digestive system without mouth, which I think is really impressive for a rhino, but not really all that impressive for a giraffe who is such a long stride. But the thing is that giraffes have long, breakable legs. They have to be very persistent when they put their feet down. They can so easily turn an angle. For this reason, giraffes like flat, even terrain. They're not very fond of rugged areas that have a lot of ditches and crevices and rocks. They just like it smooth and flat. They don't want to turn it. They do like to watch them go read something down on the ground. There's actually some real handsome rams back there in the shade. Beautiful curled ram horns up these places. Rams are called rams because they ram stuff. So they're especially adapted for taking a blow to the head. The front of their skull is extra thickened to prevent brain damage from the ramming. And they even have extra fluid inside the skull to cushion the brain as it rattles around from all that ramming to prevent brain damage. So coming up to the watering hole, this is where the deer hang out. These are white-legged deer of China. They're little does. The biggest buck in the exhibit is one of that. The deer in the mud around the perimeter of the pond, those are the Pear Davis deer. Their natural habitat was a wetlands area, so they like the wet muddy stuff. Pear Davis deer were at one time very widespread, found throughout China, Korea, and Japan. But due to the world's expanding human population, they were pushed off their native lands a long time ago. Pear Davis deer have lived exclusively in captivity worldwide for 1,800 years. But it's not as bad as it sounds, because Pear Davis deer were rescued when there were less than 24 of them, and today they number more than 800. So they've done really well. You can't really needed a vertical rocky area. But they are also related to antelope, so they needed a flatland with a lot of trees. It took us a while to find a dual environment for these two dual species. They have properties of both goats and antelope, but they don't really belong to either category. They are considered to be a genetic link between the two. Officially, they are goat antelope, although we usually just call them goats. They go.
Don't make it taste bad. What if you let her?
This is one of the best views of San Diego County across the valley.
Well, it sure
No,
is.
what's her face?
What the view from the
This is kind of cool.
Oh, there's a goat in the feeder.
I know.
Again, they're big climbers.
Let's go find Sparky.
Climb anything. That's where the trees out here. The goats climb
No,
up
it said barbecue.
part of the tree off. Little piece of greenery that leaves the tree can photosynthesize and it will survive. But if the each
Okay,
time
I'll
you try to top off the tree is gone. I think they do it on purpose so that they can make more rocky areas for themselves. You're going to need them to find the goats and the rocks.
Squirrels.
They're hard to see because they don't move. But there's like over 60 of them in this enclosure.
No kidding. See squirrels.
And they say it takes like 30 seconds for them to get from the top to the bottom.
Wow.
There's some over here on the rock near the bottom.
It takes a while for your eyes to adjust. But the longer you look, the more you'll see. This is my version of where's Walter.
Isn't that weird? I didn't see them.
There's 24 animals in this habitat.
Oh, 24, they took out a lot.
I see right there, right there.
Sheep are such good. Oh, she's trying to get their food. If you see the rhinos eating out of those black plastic buckets, these are a couple of our elder rhinos, and in addition to the 150 pounds of food each rhino gets each day, if a rhino is an elder, is expecting, or is nursing, we give them an additional 40 pounds of mixed produce each day. And we give it to them in these black plastic buckets, which are nearly indestructible, and the rhinos, being the playful creatures that they are, like to play with the buckets when they're done with food. So they like them out there, but I think Stubbs the zebra is trying to get some of the food too. It's the primo food, it's the best of all the food out here. So if the rhinos don't finish their meal and they walk away from it, the other animals will let them too. So she's waiting to release the animals in secrecy. The second release was done 4 years ago. The first release was done in 1992. We just told me
You know,
about
it
it a
makes me
couple
throw
months ago.
up.
But they're breeding so well on their own in the wild, they're
No.
generation in the
Uh-huh. That'd be great. I'm hungry, but I have to eat healthy. I'm almost back down
Across
to
the
the one
pond
eighties.
is the Heart of Africa area that has the giraffe feeding station in it. Heart of
Oh,
Africa
that's why I
is
had
on
to
the
do
other side.
You like her?
Here, go back up, let other people meet up. We'll go
Simba? Simba or Pumbaa?
You can't pull that kitty's tail though, not like at home.
Wow.
They're saying, lunch for all little kids. Wow, look at the big kitty. Uncle Timmy, we got to see the lions up close.
That was a great picture, by the way. He looks like he's standing right on top of the lion's head.
We got to see them up close. I wanted to pull their tail so bad, just like I do to Popoki at home.
I can zoom in so close I can see the tattoo on his ear that says I hate short people.
Do you see, Gaeran?
He's more fascinated by your camcorder. The ones that now, do you know why flamingos are pink?
No, I don't.
They're actually white. The reason their feathers turn pink is because of the food that they eat.
Okay, Gaeran, you're on Gorilla Cam.
See, I know gorilla, I'm a monkey. I'm a little monkey. Stand up against the glass.
A meerkat would be a good start.
Here we go.
Not very unique because you can't compare.
What we got? Dude, you got Cheerios on your bum.
Wasn't there a meerkat? Or was it a leader?
Big belly.
Lizzie, you should get a picture of a meerkat for Quinn.
Who's that? Yeah? You should tell Uncle Timmy to go to that side and get a good picture of it.
Good idea.
This little guy is hypnotized.
So she loves meerkat.
Make a little meerkat move.
Hey, oh, he's fuzzy.
Oh, very fuzzy, aren't they? It's funny the way they sit.
He's fuzzy on the inside. He's cute. He's my bad boy.
Bridges. Oh, sticks together. Look at them digging. Like King Kong.
But you know, even this size, he's certain people that he doesn't know. And when he's panicked, we're doing a photo shoot and it was kind of stressful for him. And one of his favorite people went to put him back in his crate to bring him back down here. And he really savagely tore up his arm. So that's my foot. What's that? Oh, it's fine. Yeah, it was superficial, but it was really nasty. Like big holes. I like it cabinets.
Well, you know, look at us now. When they bite into you get a major infection.
Yeah. Antibiotics.
Which female lion has
Etosha. Okay. Yeah, they're going to get Etosha and Bari here. They're going to be moved to the old line exhibit, which I think is going to be great for them.
the old lion exhibit?
What's that?
What?
Hey, buddy.
You want to feed him one? Was that funny? You want to do it again? Oh, we dropped that one. Here's another one. Oh, we're going to have to show this one to Grandma. Wait, you better out there, little guy. No. No. They're not for you. Do you want to feed one? But I can get my own. Okay. He's really hungry. And there's a lot of food. Should we go find another one to feed? Let's go find another one to feed.
How old is he? Oh, well, that's just beginning to enjoy things.
Oh, yeah. Usually they have all of these out.
Hey guys, got a little something.
So funny. Oh, Gaeran, you are a blast this time.
Are you a blast, Gaeran?
Yeah.
Walk up slowly, buddy.
How about the two sitting down? Should we get them?
Or is it one with two heads?
Okay, ready?
There's a baby there now. Hey, baby. Hi, baby.
Hi, guys.
Oops, we dropped it. You want one too?
Any more scared death, you might bring one home.
You guys are lazy sows.
Gaeran, you are so funny. Here's another piece to give him. He's in heaven. He's in absolute heaven.
Bye, bye, bye.
You want to feed that one?
Bye.
Feed that one over here.
Hey, we're going this way.
Let go of it. Oh, you want to give it to that one?
You're
So nice. Oh, good. Oh, good. You want to stand up? Stand up. You cannot sit down in here. There's dirt.